I just wanted to make a little video here about the dual pathologies we have in America with customer service, especially when it comes to anything online and on the web, and racism. Okay, so to make a long story short, in my career making websites and doing things online, I've had several African American people come to me looking for help selling on eBay. And they usually don't state it directly, but there's a feeling that if the person selling is black, that they're going to have more trouble, they're going to have more complaints. And if a white guy is involved, their problems are going to, it won't go away, but things will get better. So here we go again. Someone came to me, and I'm just going to show you the dual pathologies here. All right, so he can't log into his accounts because the seller performance is below standard. Okay, fine. So we try to call eBay's customer support number. You can't get through to a live human being no matter what. There's no possibility of that. And this is kind of an important issue, is it not? Yet there's no possibility for getting through to a customer support person. And one of the excuses that companies like eBay give for making it difficult to talk with a human being is that there's so many issues and there's so much complexity out there, and you should go to our website to deal with it. But an issue like this is kind of important. So I'm looking around in they tell you to go to help, and then you navigate a thicket of information about, that has nothing to do with your particular problem. And finally, after 15 or 20 minutes, you come to something like this, and and they act helpful, like they're helping you. But now it's time for the race card. Sorry to say it that way, but here's how it works. Your ratings don't really, you could have the greatest rating in the world, and you could still get this. Rating isn't what results in this. It's something they don't tell you about until you get a problem. Essentially, if someone complains, you get a strike against you. So, and we see this thing here. Make sure your listings describe your items accurately, so forth and so on. And essentially, there's a bias here. The buyer's always right for eBay. They put the risk on the seller. So if a couple of buyers complain about you, oh, and also they don't really tell you the details of this. It looks a lot like it's very detailed, but it appears to me, given my experience, that if a buyer or person in eBay who has a high rating and is buying a lot of stuff and has been there a long time, if that person complains about you, that takes more weight than a nobody who signed up yesterday to buy something. It's special sauce. They don't tell you the exactly what happened. Oh, and like, how does somebody know the seller is African American? Well, it could be an African American sounding name after the product is delivered, or after it's been ordered but before it's delivered. The person can contact the seller, and you can talk on the phone. So the scuttlebutt that I've heard is that if you are African American, you're about 900 times more likely to get this, because there's racism in American society. And if you don't believe it, you better wake up. And there's also a lot of predatory behavior built into human nature. So if the black guy sold me something and I want to get him down on the price, I complain, and if he doesn't drop the price, he's going to get hammered like this. So occasionally, as people call me and try to bring a white face in there, Um, Now, in this particular dashboard, person I'm trying to help out, it doesn't even say what the problem is, okay? That it's, in here, it's showing you, details. This guy hasn't actually sold for quite some time, and it's not showing anything at all. So, how do we go about improving the rating when they don't even tell us what it is and they won't answer the phone? Now, there's two different problems here. I find customer support in this country is horrible. Horrible. They don't let you talk to anyone on things you need to talk to someone about, and instead give you a jungle thicket of information on trivialities. And then people who want information on trivialities, they will sometimes indulge them. It is backwards. You need a phone number to call when something like this has happened, and maybe we need legislation, the government, to come in and say, if you do this to someone, then you have to be available to answer for it. Because, well, before the Floyd situation, the case might have been a little weaker. Trust me, if you're a black person in this country, you're going to be way more likely to get this than a white person. Don't kid yourself. And also don't kid yourself that there are predators out there who, when they see an African American seller, they're more likely to take advantage and complain about something knowing that there's going to be fear on the part of the black guy or black woman that they're going to be vulnerable to this. So anyway, as you can deduce, I don't particularly like, well, there's two issues. There's customer service, which I think is horrendous. Large Silicon Valley companies have zero or very little accountability for their actions. And one last thing. They try to shunt you towards the eBay community to solve your problems. The eBay community is another way of saying free labor. We don't want to take the time ourselves at eBay to answer questions, even of this importance. We're going to find free labor of the eBay community. Now, people provide that free labor maybe to increase their seller or buyer ratings in eBay. That's fine. It's free labor. And there's something that's kind of a little bit disgusting to me when the CEOs of these companies are all billionaires or close to it, and they're looking for free labor. Okay, anyway, I'm going to end with that. I think y'all get the point.